Hello, I want to continue this talk about discernment by today opening up the question of how can we detect false consolation, such a thing as false consolation. When consolation is working well, it's encouragement, it's inspiration, it's peace and joy, it's movement towards God, it's increase of faith, hope, and love. So God gives us these consoling moments in our prayer and in our journey generally to draw us more deeply into union with Him. But sometimes the evil spirit will bring a false consolation. He provides a pleasing experience to draw us away from God. And so we need to be able to detect when a consolation is false. He comes as an angel of light to lure you away from the path towards God. So it's really important to be aware of this. He brings good and holy thoughts in order to deceive, to confuse, and to mislead. You'll always be able to, if you're really in touch with God, to see the tail of the serpent, but a lot of people who are new to the spiritual journey don't perceive this too easily, and that's why we need to have good spiritual directors. Let me give you examples from my own journey, people I've experienced. A prayer meeting, for example, where a married man and develops a spiritual relationship with a married woman, and they start to develop a spiritual friendship in this prayer meeting, and they seem to be both going deeper with God and loving God and doing all sorts of exciting spiritual experiences together. But there's something else happening. There's actually a love developing between them, which is causing them to think that maybe they're drawn to be together and to forsake their marriage vows for the sake of this spiritual union. See, already the evil one has got into that relationship. It seems so holy, and it's all very pious and beautiful, it seems, to them. They say it must be coming from God because it's derived from our prayer meeting, but no. It was something that the evil spirit was convincing them to move away from their state of life or to break the promises of their state of life. Another example, a young man converted to the Lord very dramatically, feels the desire to save the world and to preach the gospel. But after a while, you notice he's starting to get very arrogant and judgmental about others, and sees himself as superior to others and starts to denounce people angrily who are not as enlightened as he is. And so again, the evil spirits got in there to direct his thoughts, which were good thoughts, and his conversion, which was a genuine conversion, away from the Lord, right? Or, for example, someone has a big experience in their personal prayer time, but they're convinced because of this they must forsake their family duties to go now to a heroic apostolic activity in another country. Again, it's sort of like the Lord is sort of is being neglected because, and the duties they have for the Lord have been neglected by this person because of the temptation of the evil spirit. Or someone that has a big experience in prayer and reflecting on it afterwards, they realize that all of that prayer is about themselves, standing before thousands of people, sort of praising God or something and leading them in prayer. And it's sort of like the evil one has used their thoughts during prayer to take them into vainglory. There's some examples. I want to mention the noonday devil. So this is the devil that comes when we feel lethargy in spirit, when we're sick of our duties, we're unhappy about our lot, to suggest that there's an alternative good that would be really great for you, to distract you. It's like the grass is greener on the other side, right? And it seems more appealing, not to go along God's path, but to go along this new path that and it seems like it must be God anyway. For example, someone who's committed to a formation program towards priesthood that involves a lot of focus and a lot of energy, and is finding it tough and a lot of drudgery, because there always is in things that have to be done. There's a lot of drudgery, isn't there? And that's where the temptation can come. So he hears about a mission opportunity in another country and seems really excited about it and wants to do this. And it really needs discernment, but he's not willing to submit it to discernment because he knows it's from God. He must go, right? So the evil one has come in and over a course of time suggested thoughts and feelings that are taking him away from what is his direct purpose in God. That's the sort of thing we're talking about. So it's important to have a good spiritual director who helps us see more clearly what's happening and to detect the false note of the evil one. And it helps us to look back over the whole course of your thoughts and feelings and get in touch with what's been happening. The evil one's very shrewd and very deceptive. So you need a spiritual director who can detect the tail of the serpent and can help you to see that you're being led along down a false path and to actually be able to turn around and come back to God. Bless his name.